obviously we have a huge district. The congressman's in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
So we are his staff. That's why we listen to everyone who comes in. We chat with everyone. So the avenue right now is to chat with us. Explain to us what particular provisions of the ACA you want kept.
I'm looking at your better way to fix healthcare, and we already have some serious problems. The Republicans, including Congressman Calvert, continue to use the word access. Every single person in the United States, if they can afford to have health care, they can have it. That's what access means. We're going to make it available. If you can buy it, you can have it. Access is not the issue. Coverage is the issue.
With regards to people with pre-existing conditions, there's been a lot of talk in the Republican Party about what their so-called plan to replace the Affordable Care Act might be. And one of those things is high-risk pools. Those of us with pre-existing conditions will be placed in a high-risk pool, and we will not be able to afford the insurance because those in that pool will be charged vastly more money for their insurance coverage. And there's a lot of people with pre-existing conditions that this will impact. That felt safe, finally, once the Affordable Care Act was in place, to get the health care that we needed and not be afraid of being labeled as having a pre-existing condition. And if that goes away, then you're going to see literally people dying. Thousands and thousands of people dying if they are not protected because they have a pre-existing condition.
We're talking about long-term recurring illnesses that make it, again, a death sentence for people. If an insurance company can tell you $1 million is all we're ever going to cover you in your lifetime, you can't switch plans because you have a pre-existing condition. Heaven forbid your leukemia recurs. Heaven forbid your non-Hodgkin's lymphoma recurs. We're not even talking about lupus. We're not talking about any of the other diseases apart from cancer. When an ambulance can charge a mother with an infant in respiratory distress $7,000 for a ride, and that starts digging into your caps, and it's $200 for a box of Kleenex. The Republican Party has never done anything to stop health insurance companies from doing whatever they want to do.
Sure.
If we were able to have a town hall, there are many personal stories so that he hears when he just says, I'm going to, repeal the Affordable Care Act. He needs to hear those personal stories.
In 2011, my grandson, who was close to 4.5 years old, was diagnosed with brain cancer. He had emergency surgery at the Children's Hospital of Orange County. They were able to remove 90% of the tumor, but the rest was inaccessible. We know that this is a chronic condition that will affect him for the rest of his life. We live in a situation where we have to be anxious about everything. Are we going to have health expenses that are going to bankrupt us? Are our 401ks going to turn out to be nothing if there's a financial crisis? All of those things create anxiety in our society.
If you live in California's 42nd Congressional District and you think it's time for Congressman Ken Calvert to hold a town hall meeting, then call his Washington, D.C. office at 202-225-1986. If you get a busy signal there, call his district office in Corona at 951-277-0042. Call Ken Calvert and let him know it's time to have a town hall meeting for all his constituents.